Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 209. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Brandon Hodge here, and welcome back to another episode of WWE News and Rumors. Before I get started, I've got to rip WWE a new one. Okay, so if you didn't see the unboxing video, leave this video now and go watch my WWE Shop unboxing video, because I'm about to rant on the thing I got that was very expensive. So it is this. Spoiler alerts. Hopefully you all left and went and watched the video. This is what I got. The Raw Women's Championship. But I didn't notice this initially, but you all pointed out, and I'm like, what the hell? I gotta contact them to get them to send me a new one or something. Look at this, guy. This is so weird. So they charge like $500 with tax for these things. And on mine, some idiot forgot to paint it. Like the line under the W is only partially painted. And not to mention just that, there's a giant mark on the strap. And I'm like, this thing was almost 500 bucks. So guys, can you like I've tried to contact WWE Shop for days now, and no one will like listen to me. Like, if anyone has any connection with WWE Shop whatsoever or can help me out, please help me out, because this thing was expensive and it's effed up and I need it to be replaced. So basically, like, I contacted them on Twitter, Instagram, I emailed their customer service, I've tried to call them, everything else. No one will help me. I call them and they're like, yeah, wait for us to respond to the email. And I'm like, it's been like 4 days. This, like, I just want this, can you guys just like help me out? Do I need to send it back? Do you need to send me a new one? What do we do here? Can you just like fix me? Because like, this thing was expensive and I just want to have a proper belt because I was wanting the women's championship right up here with the men's one, right here, to look all pretty, but now this one is not so pretty because it's only partially painted and the strap's kind of messed up. But yeah, sorry about the rant at the beginning of this news episode. It's very irritating when you spend so much money on something, you get it, it's effed up, and then the customer service won't freaking listen to you. And WWE Shop has the worst customer service in the world. Like, I called them and their automated stuff has not changed in the past 10 years. It's ridiculous. But anyway, enough of me ranting about that. Just if anyone can help me out, let me know. But yeah, I'm out of breath after all that. But anyway, WWE News, episode 209. Here we go. All right, the first news story. It is about Aiden English. Aiden English is now on 205 Live as a announcer. Really? I'm sorry, when I saw this, I just died laughing. Like, Aiden English? You're saying he's not being good enough to be on 205 Live as a wrestler? What the hell? All right, the next news story. The next news story is about John Cena. So apparently they're like, I don't know if you guys heard, I actually missed it. So I'm like, wait, they announced John Cena's injured? And I guess I just either saw it and just zoned it out and didn't retain the information they were telling me, or I just missed that part of, I guess it was Raw they said it. Basically, they're saying John Cena's injured, he has an ankle injury or whatever. But the truth is, he's not injured. It's a work because he has a movie he has to film. So he's leaving WWE again. So that was his excuse to leave. Basically, what was supposed to happen? Drew wasn't supposed to injure him. The person who was supposed to injure him was supposed to be Lars Sullivan. But as we all know, Lars Sullivan hasn't debuted yet because he has really bad anxiety. So he hasn't debuted, and who knows if he will even debut. But the plan was always to have Cena get injured. It was supposed to be by Lars Sullivan before the Rumble, and then not be able to make it to the Rumble and all of that. And I mean, Lars was supposed to attack him before the Rumble, put him out of the Rumble, and then they were supposed to have their match at Mania. But those plans look like they may have changed, and they might not be pushing Lars Sullivan as heavily as they once would if he even debuts. But that is, I'm gonna use my catchphrase here, that is a situation where we will just have to wait and see. All right, the next news story. The next news story is about Matt Hardy. So, Matt Hardy, like, I guess it was a few months ago, I don't know, I have no sense of time, you guys have to know that about me, but hopefully you know that by now. I'll say it was a few weeks ago, a few months ago, a few years ago, I have no sense of time. Like, Matt Hardy announced he was retiring, and everyone was like, what? Really? That's great, but we understand because you have a family and you want to spend more time with your family. But Matt Hardy recently has announced he is not retired and he will be making his WWE return here pretty soon. So Matt Hardy is coming back. Jeff Hardy did an interview about this and he was asked, he's like, I don't think Matt's actually done. I think he just wants a little bit of time off. And then he got his time off and Matt Hardy is going to be coming back to the WWE here pretty soon. Hopefully he has a better schedule so I have more time to spend with his family, but Matt Hardy will be back in the WWE here. I don't know the timetable, but hopefully here very, very soon. All right, the next news story. So if I don't talk about this everyone is going to be in the comments being like, hey, Brandon, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? Hear about this? Now, this isn't necessarily something I would want to talk about, but I mean, I guess it's just to explain. So basically, it's about Sasha Banks. So if you watched Raw last night and you watched the main event of Raw, just in the middle of the match, now if you watch it on like YouTube or something where it's edited, they probably don't have the black thing. But anyway, if you watched it live, just in the middle of the match for no reason, the screen goes completely black. And I knew it wasn't my TV because the USA Network logo was still down in the corner. So it was obviously still streaming. It was something on WWE's part that they turned off the TV signal. And me and my fiance Michelle were watching it, and we were just like, what the hell? What the hell? You just gonna turn off in the middle of the match, and then it comes back on. So what happened in that black screen? Why did they decide to go black? And it wasn't an accident. It was actually intentional. Well, apparently what happened is Sasha Banks had a wardrobe malfunction. Basically, her trunks fell down. It's not as bad as you think because she is not. She had something under the trunks, but still, her trunks fell down. There's like a 5-second delay just in case something like that happens, so they can turn off the screen when they see something happens that shouldn't be on USA Network. So they saw that before it actually went up there, so they were able to hit the button and make it go black. So that's why the black screen was last night. Sasha Banks has a wardrobe malfunction. There's YouTube. And I'm not a creep, so I'm not going to be showing that footage, but there is footage because other countries, they do not do the black screen. But if you're a weird person like that, which, whatever, it's on the internet, okay? That's all I'm saying, and I am leaving the WWE News section of this video, and I'm going over to the rumors. All right, the first rumor. The first rumor is about the newly announced WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. I'm sorry, I keep wanting to say like Raw or SmackDown, but no, it's for both brands. There's just one set of titles and it's for both brands. So basically the rumor is a Raw Women's Tag Team will actually be winning those titles. So yeah, for the women's tag titles, it's rumored that a Raw team is going to be winning the titles. But the brand split's going away here pretty soon, so it's really not going to matter anyway. But just the rumor is the brand split's still going to be around for Elimination Chamber, and a team for Raw is going to be winning it. So that's the rumor. It could be true, could not be true, but we will just have to wait and see. All right, the next rumor, it's about the revival. So as we have talked about here in the past few news episodes, a lot of WWE talent are just wanting to leave WWE right now because they see a big opportunity in other promotions, may it be AEW or other places, but I would say the main place people are looking at and being like, oh, that's very interesting. I think I might work better there than I do here. But so the revival, basically they were wanting to leave, and I have like the reason why. The reason why is they're just very like extremely unhappy with the way WWE books tag teams. Like they don't like the way they book tag team matches. They don't like the way it goes down. So that's the reason they were wanting to leave. But about the contract, WWE has refused to release them from their contract. They requested to be released, and WWE said, no, you're not being released from your contract. And their contract doesn't expire until April 2020. So they have well over a whole nother year to be stuck there at the WWE. But there is good news. The good news is WWE, everyone who's requested to leave the WWE or has talked about AEW or anything, they're actually pushing these people to show them that WWE is a great place and there's opportunities here and you don't have to want to leave. But that's why the Revival had their match last night for the Raw Tag Team Championships. They're trying to give them like a push and actually have them like on TV and stuff, just to be like, hey, yeah, you're not on every week, but there is still opportunities here and you're still going to be whatever. But basically they wanted to leave because they don't like the way they book the tag teams, and they're not going to be able to leave for well over another year. All right, the next rumor is about Alexa Bliss. So basically, Alexa Bliss last week had this edgy segment where she was like changing, and her like assistant or whoever came in to give her a coffee, and she was changing, and like she was covering herself or whatever. And the rumor was for a while that I read like this was some writer's idea. It was like Vince was on board for it. Alexa really didn't want to do it, and she refused to do it, and they're like, you have to do it, you have to do it. That's what I heard initially. But now the rumor is the person who came up with this idea was actually Alexa Bliss herself. So that is like a complete 180 from that. Like Alexa Bliss didn't want to do it, they forced her to do it, to like, it was all Alexa Bliss's idea and she wanted to do it. And the reason she apparently wanted to do this, she just wanted to have like a tribute to Trish Stratus because she was a huge Trish Stratus fan and still is, but she just wanted to have like a tribute to like kind of like a throwback to like a Trish Stratus kind of style backstage segment. and WWE approved it because they wanted to kind of test the waters for edgier stuff like they used to do. I don't know whose idea it actually was, but I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. It's just they're trying edgier stuff to see if they could ever possibly go back to TV 14 if their audience is down for it. And I mean, the numbers aren't lying to them. Like overnight, they got like 2 million views on that video of just that one segment, when all the other videos didn't even get like a fraction of that. But anyway, I don't know what they're gonna do. But anyway, the rumor is that whole segment was actually Alexa Bliss's idea. All right, the next rumor. This one is borderline being a news story because it's looking pretty like solid. So it's about Dolph Ziggler leaving the WWE. So Dolph Ziggler has been talking. Well, this has been rumored for like years that he's wanting to leave the WWE. So no one really takes this seriously. But this time I think we should take it seriously. Here's the reasons why. So he's been teasing it on Twitter that he's leaving WWE, and I'm like, you're just effing with people, aren't you? But it doesn't look that way. It doesn't look that way right now because what he's basically done that's making me say, oh crap, Dolph Ziggler is actually leaving WWE. And what's made me do that is he actually opened a pro wrestling tee store, which is a merchandising site used by like indie wrestlers and just everyone. Like YouTubers have them too. I could have one if I wanted one, but anyway, it's a merchandise site. Now, I'm sure we're all familiar with, as much as I want to hate on them right now for that belt, WWE Shop. WWE Shop is where the WWE wrestlers sell their merchandise, and he's on Pro Wrestling Tees, and WWE kind of like is not down for other wrestlers to, well, not other wrestlers, they're not down for wrestlers to use other, like, sites and other people to sell their merchandise and stuff. So it's kind of weird when I saw that, I'm like, what the hell, WWE doesn't really, like that, like, at all. They're very against people doing that. And they opened it. And then, there's a rumor going around right now, and it's pretty solid, because it's pretty, I think it's true, personally, but there's apparently, like, some backstage source that says that Dolph Ziggler is refusing to re-sign another deal with WWE, and Dolph Ziggler's contract is actually ending before WrestleMania 35. So here in a few months, Dolph Ziggler's contract is going to be up, and he's refusing to sign a new one. He's opened a Pro Wrestling Tee store. He's booked other stuff outside of the WWE, like the comedy tour and stuff, which he did even when he was in WWE. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of stuff here that's looking pretty solid that he might actually be leaving the WWE. I mean, if he's refusing to sign a new contract and his contract expires here just in a few months, that's absolutely crazy. Apparently they offered him a deal where he would stop wrestling and just be a producer for the WWE. He's like, no, I'm a wrestler. I want to wrestle. I want to entertain the world. I don't want to be backstage as a producer. Screw that. So I don't know what Dolph Ziggler's going to do. I don't know if he's going to, when he leaves the WWE, if he's just going to go straight to like trying to do comedy stuff and try to do non-wrestling stuff, or if he's actually going to continue to be a wrestler and maybe go to AEW or some other promotion. I don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I will be talking about inside of this video. This is crazy. I don't know if this, like, I'm kind of, like, I believe it in one way and another way I'm like, well, I don't know. This is, you're kind of pushing it there. So basically, WWE, they like released this thing where they're like promoting this thing. I believe it was for the network or something, and they're like including WWE Hall of Famers. And like the beginning, it says like Undertaker. I don't know the exact names. I'll put it up here, but it's like including WWE Hall of Famers, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, whoever. Okay, so this has led to everyone believing because, well, I do want to say this. WWE, they actually canceled that, like that thing they sent out to the world. They canceled it, corrected it, and put it back up. Undertaker's name is no longer in it. So I don't know if it's just like some dummy who doesn't know a lot about WWE who just accidentally put Undertaker's name in there, or what people are saying is they accidentally announced a 2019 WWE Hall of Fame inductee and the headliner for the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony for 2019. So they're saying Undertaker is going to the Hall of Fame this year, and he might not be wrestling at WrestleMania 35. He might just be done, retiring, and he's going in the Hall of Fame this year. But you kind of pushing it there. You know what I mean? Like, it could have just been some, like, dumb graphic designer that doesn't know a lot about wrestling that just put Undertaker's name there. Or it could be someone just trolling people who works for WWE trying to put Undertaker's name there. Or they could have actually leaked the headliner for the 2019 Hall of Fame. But I don't know. I'm not saying, guys, it's confirmed. 2019 Hall of Fame, Undertaker's going on it. He's done wrestling forever. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what a rumor is. That something like Undertaker's name was in there in the Hall of Famers. So I mean, you can believe what you want, but I'm not gonna say 100% because that's pushing it a little bit to say 100% they leaked it. But I mean, you never know. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess, on that. See, I mean, it's not like unthinkable, like something like that. But I don't know. I just feel like Undertaker is not done wrestling. I mean, a lot of people do think he should be done wrestling, but I think he's still got a few really good matches left in him. I mean, just because he's going to the Hall of Fame doesn't mean he has to retire and he just has to stop wrestling. Look at Kurt Angle, but I'm just saying, that's the rumor. Just thought I would share with you guys. But anyway, guys, that is this episode of WWE News and Rumors. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, this title is really irritating. WWE Shop's really irritating me. Like, I just want to make so many videos being like, what the hell, WWE Shop? What the hell, WWE Shop? And I do want to say, I'm going to do like a review of this belt, like, while it's messed up, and I'm going to like, just be like, guys, you got to be careful when you get the belts. Make sure you look at every little detail, because I didn't notice it until I put it on YouTube. And if I never made a YouTube video about it, I may have never noticed it, because it's just like one of those things you can like overlook. But now that I see it, you can't unsee it, and it's like massive. I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, like, I was willing to live with that mark on the strap, the little scuff there. But when there's like paint missing, there's a scuff, and it just looks off. It's just like, we're at a point like, can we just exchange it for like one that's made right? But you know what I mean, guys. But anyway, guys, I'll just shut the hell up because I'm running my mouth, and I know you guys have things to do in your lives. So I'll leave you guys be, and I will be back tomorrow for another video, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. You can't get rid of me because I'm here every day. But thanks for watching, guys, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. And if you're in the channel and you enjoyed this video and you want to be notified when I upload more news videos, more unboxing videos, more vlogs, more all kinds of wrestling content or non-wrestling content, go ahead and subscribe, because you'll be notified then. And remember, it's free to subscribe, so you're not like losing money by subscribing. You just get notified when I upload a video. So yeah, I guess that's it. I guess I have to leave now, unfortunately. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.